Oh yeah, let's go. All right, y'all. What up, Chunch? What up, man? We're going live right now. Click the link. Okay. So how y'all feeling, man?
Good, buddy.
Appreciate y'all having this conversation. If they need to open the door, they're fine with
What's good,
opening
bro?
the door.
Finna go live on the podcast, bro.
Oh, you know what? Let's go and do this, dude.
Try this out. Somebody want to listen to it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have two people.
Yo, what's good, bro? Finna go live on the podcast.
My text, 1, 2.
How you feeling?
We live, baby. Okay. How's y'all sounding?
Are we live on YouTube too?
Yeah, we live.
Okay, good. Watch the show on YouTube, Midland Productions. Go to the little page there. And all that shit. The stream is live on YouTube.
Yeah, we're good.
Get out of there.
Oh yeah, yeah. You sound? You can hear it? No, wait, bro. Hey, we ain't really testing on y'all.
For real?
No, yeah, for real. That'd be good.
Yes, the girl out there in the Barbaro sweater. That's who you're gonna.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Yo, that's better than I thought, man. Hold on.
She gonna be able to hear us and shit.
So
Yeah,
she-
that's
her and
cool.
one of her friends are coming.
So she could probably be on her phone. Yep. So she could probably be on her phone, and then, but that's cool because I thought it was just gonna be like you're hearing it from your phone, but
Yeah,
it's like you're hearing it in here.
that's pretty raw.
Hey, yo, if you guys want to come watch this live, we got the mobile headphones. These things are way better than I thought. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, I think they're trying to find her. I'm gonna try to put this. Oh, I lost my tripod. Do you guys ever carry your tripods or anything with you guys? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You mean for a phone, like a chart, like a stand?
Yeah, like because you're artists, you carry a backpack full of stuff.
Low-key,
or-
low-key, I do that. Like, I just
You know what I'm saying?
set my phone up against shit on you and awkward as hell.
I just make it float. With my brain.
like this.
Yeah, Cass actually has the force.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me get this. All right, everybody's good. Let me see. I don't want to. I need to see this as much as I can. So, you've been here before, Kaz?
Yeah, I came in. We heard you were doing your thing here, and so we came to check it out. Like, I want to say like 2 weeks
How'd you
ago.
hear? Like before? Like when I told you? Or,
No.
yo, what up? What up? What up? Thanks
I
for
had,
joining
I had
us.
seen you doing it, and I
Oh,
think it was like 2 weeks ago we came in. No, probably 3 weeks ago we came in.
What did you think?
It's a cool spot. I really like it. I think, like as far as like video games, I've never really understood like people sitting down and playing video games somewhere like this. I think it's a really cool idea. It's just not something I would typically do. But like the podcast room is sick. Like, I think that's, and then the way they have it set up, like the shirt, microphones, the mixer, the screen to watch yourself. That's like, I mean, I know there was a lot of money invested in this place. You can tell just when you walk in. All the equipment.
Yeah, it draws you in, right?
Yeah.
Like the setup.
Yeah.
So when I originally heard about it, it was like a year ago. Probably a little more than a year ago. And the way it was being described was these were gonna face out in the parking lot. So,
So like people from outside.
people from outside could look in, which not to take away from the quality of it today, because this is still dope.
Yeah.
So here in a bit, they'll turn down the lights and then it won't be so bright right here and have a different
dope.
feel. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
That'd be kind of sweet.
So waiting on it has always been this anticipation over the last 13, 14 months, just knowing, because most of the time, and I got this feedback for this season, and you've been on the first season, and you've been there from the beginning in the sense of what In the Loop is. You know. is trying to become. So I think noticing the evolution of it, and whether it's quality or aesthetics, is worth mentioning. So
Yeah.
I got feedback with this one, even people that I haven't had on before, like Off the Wall Barbershop, EJ,
Yeah.
but were saying that they were surprised it looked like this.
Yeah.
Not to take away from it the way anybody else is doing or anything like that, just
Yeah.
in general. So
No, yeah, I would agree.
I didn't know what it was going to be like, and this is way better than I expected.
Oh yeah.
It's actually it's pretty
Like being able to be
professional.
locked in right here, I feel like I can really understand more than if we were just sitting here and like without headphones and having a conversation.
Like I just heard you like crispy crack that time.
I was watching the old interview. I was eating hot Cheetos, man. But I don't know if anybody remembers, but I was always eating something.
Yeah.
The first, I'm trying not to do that this one, but just in general, my metabolism, I'm always eating something.
Yeah.
And but the drinking part, if you go back to just the previous ones, you can hear him smacking.
You
And
hear
all.
just
But the ASMR from it is
Yeah.
subliminally selling the podcast.
Oh yeah, 100%.
it's like actually watching my head.
It may feel like that. What's up? You guys ready to get into this? I got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, buddy.
And I hope you do too. I realized it's been that pod was like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time
It is, man. Time flies
when you
by.
really think,
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's a lot that's been going on with you, man, and as an
100%.
artist,
Yeah.
which is what I want to try to focus on. Any questions or anything that we try to discuss? Because I know that the landscape right now for hip hop media is just, riddled with drama, which is fine. I don't want to cover that,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like now, if we're discussing things that you went through as an artist that contributed to your journey, that helped you, transmute, and then you created this badass track or something. Hell yeah, let's talk about that. But anything else, no. Let's keep that. That's personal. You remember back in the day when you didn't know nothing personal about your favorite artist?
Oh yeah, bro. It's like part of marketing.
Yeah.
It's like building like a personal connection. So people really feel like they know you. And that's like I guess that's like kind of the point. Even like with this podcast, right?
Yep.
This is so people get to know us, so it's like they feel like they're homies.
Yeah.
I like how you say that. It's definitely another form of marketing. And in today's world, podcasting, if you guys have been paying attention to kind of how I'm approaching it this season, like trying to sell tickets, trying to do is because I really believe that an interview is now becoming just as value as if someone who's paying you for a feature. This is basically,
it's a lot of exposure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is basically me getting you for a feature.
Exactly.
And I don't know if in the
That's
space,
crazy. I would never think about it like that.
I don't know if in the space, how many free interviews artists are doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because they want that exposure.
And they want for sure the exposure, but do they even know, like what you said, you didn't even think about it, do they even know that it's an avenue they can start creating, an income from?
Oh,
because imagine if you didn't ever get an interview at all from your favorite artist, how valuable would that be? Somebody might pay $1 million for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever, it might go up in value. Anyway. So we have a lot to talk about. We just went right into it, but I want to do an introduction, man. So this is an In the Loop production, and we are live in Midland, Texas, at Element 14, right off the Loop and Garfield. If you're a gamer, Twitcher, or podcaster, you should definitely check this place out. For Midland and for the 432 sake, this is a place just to come and visit. If you need to get out of the norm or your normal day-to-day, just come here just to expand your mind a little bit. But there's 2 podcast rooms. I say this every episode. This is not exclusive to In the Loop. this space that I'm in, and there's another space on the other side, is rentable. If you got money to spend and you want to rent it, come rent this place. These chairs, they can move around for you. So if you're afraid of it looking like this podcast, they can move it around for you. So come and try to run your podcast up. I know a lot of people have an idea that they want to do a podcast, but then you come and you look at the equipment or you things like that, you might get intimidated. It feels like talking public speaking, like the same effect.
You are kind of doing that.
You definitely, especially when you're doing live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A lot of people are like, "You're going live? Like, we're not going to pre-record? Like, you're going live?"
No, bro.
I just like the aspect.
Better live. Bro.
I think so, man. Which is why I sent an email as well about, "Hey, we're live." So
it's like, bro, watch yourself.
We'll talk about that because Mel talked about artist etiquette. Is there an etiquette when you go live? There may be. I think so.
I mean, if you're on Instagram, they have like 900 rules. Instagram hates me, bro.
TikTok is worse.
Bro, I can't.
Are you on TikTok?
Like very half-assed.
Okay, yeah. Are you on TikTok yet?
Yeah, I'm on there.
Cass
I
needs to
don't
be.
pay much attention to it.
Okay.
I got my Instagram. I mean, my TikTok is full of like music tips and golf.
Okay. On your For You?
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah.
Are you the type to continue on your For You, or do you go search for things?
Oh, bro, I don't even get on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't get on it enough to have an
okay.
opinion on it either. When I am on there, it's golf.
So what?
You just don't get enough done. Like if you're spending time on TikTok, bro, you're just wasting time.
It's a waste.
If you're a TikToker, you're definitely not getting anything done. No, I'm just kidding. That's what it sounds like.
If you're doing TikTok like that, that makes sense. But if you're just sitting there scrolling in your For You page, you're wasting time.
What apps are you guys on? Are you on Reddit?
I actually do that already.
You looked at Cass for the approval.
Yeah, he was like,
I'm like, dude, Reddit is full of people that are just terrible.
I mean, I've been on Reddit. I don't actively get on Reddit. Definitely.
I don't know if anybody actively. You just get lost,
bro.
in Reddit.
No, Reddit's like I'm laying in bed. I'm like laying in bed and like I actually follow one that's like conspiracy theories. I listen to people in like tinfoil hats like freak out over stuff.
Reddit could get real like metaverse where like you don't know who's who and what's what and who's speaking what and you're
it's a mess, bro.
Yeah, dude.
And they're like, bro, did you see this in this picture? That's a 6. And then there's 3 slides over, there's another 6, dude. It's just like, and then 9 people are like, oh yeah, dude, I did see that. It's crazy.
No, man, it becomes you get lost in it, man.
It's like a wormhole.
So definitely not Reddit. What else is out there? You got any other social media?
I mean, I prioritize Instagram.
I actually also really like Instagram.
Yeah. Okay. Instagram like did a dip and then now it's like back again.
They're trying to step up their stuff with like reels and stuff like that. Their editing system is not as good as TikTok though. TikTok is really good for editing your videos.
The ability to edit with the app.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I know I would edit on TikTok and then export it and post it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it just makes sense.
A lot of people do that. Yeah. Do you use a OpenAI source or to do that?
I don't even know what that is.
Do you take off the TikTok logo? It removes it.
Oh no, I'm not even gonna lie. I screen record that shit.
Oh, okay.
I screen record it over it and then just crop it.
I use CapCut.
Yeah.
I used to though, and then I actually love
Triller's in CapCut. Triller's really big.
I used to use
I've never
Triller.
been on Triller.
I mean, what's cool? I like using Triller for editing. It allows you to upload a file from your phone. So if I make a song, I can upload that song on my phone and then just immediately make like a Triller to it.
Oh, okay.
Video Leap.
Yeah.
That's it. Have you had that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Video Leap.
That's what I use for like if I ever edit anything. Honestly, I don't use TikTok for editing. I use Video Leap.
Video Leap.
Yeah.
You should be on TikTok.
You can pay for that subscription, and it's like
Oh, it's like video editing.
I feel like
software?
it's borderline like regular video editing software you have on a computer. Like it has
Okay.
all of those features. I mean, if you dig into it deep enough.
I mean, if you have an iPhone 14 or the newest iPhone, it's $1,000 for a reason. I say.
Oh, but what I was telling you whenever we walked in here is we were talking about the wind.
Mhm.
Like, what if he had like an 8K camera?
Yeah.
He posts like like 20 minutes ago, and he was like, "New cameras in 4K. See if you notice the difference."
Why?
Because they were making jokes about the
Yeah.
wind screwing up his hair.
Yeah.
And someone was gonna see his hair and be like, "Bro, this guy's hair is fizzy, bro. Look at how bummy he is." And then I was like, that sucks to have to deal with that, bro. I don't have to
It was
worry
funny
about
because he was saying that it would be hilarious if you
Yeah,
upgraded
and-
cameras today
Oh yeah, that's what I was.
and you upgraded
And
cameras.
I did. So it was perfect. Like matched up.
that. Like,
Yes.
rip you, bro.
Almost walked out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Almost left, dude. It's like fizzy hair. Nah,
Not happening. Not happening.
not at all, bro.
What else video editing software do you guys use or what? Because what I was getting from that was, as an artist, that the streamlined process to be able to create content, I guess, matters more than getting putting it on the laptop and doing all that, and then
I honestly just be
Exporting.
using like Instagram Reels, bro. Like, I honestly got decent exposure from Instagram Reels. Like, I have one reel that has like over 300,000. Yeah, that one's not great for me.
I watched it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, I don't watch that.
I said, no, these numbers ain't right. I looked at the numbers 3 times because I'm like,
bro.
and then I went to go watch it again. I was like, there's
bro.
no way these numbers are
It's
right.
hilarious, bro.
But then you know how it shows you who's liked it. So then I looked at who's liked it, and there's a lot of people out here,
Dude,
artists and stuff,
it's
and I was
real
like,
people, bro.
oh, this is real.
Yeah.
Like he made this and it went viral.
Yeah.
That shit's funny, man.
And then
Did
I
you
had a-
wake up or was it happening during
Bro,
the day?
it
while
was
you were-
actually crazy, bro. I posted it, and it took me like, I'm not even kidding, like 10 seconds to record, because it's just me like slowly looking over at the camera, and I was low key pissed. I was like, wow, bro, I could put hours into a song, make a sick ass edit with me with
yeah.
all my clothes, all my guns, and then it's like, nah, this one's gonna blow up. This is the one, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the exposure that got me. It got me a lot of followers, but I would rather it be something that I care about.
Yeah.
But humor does well, bro.
You're like gratefully ungrateful.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to put it.
Because as an artist, were those followers, are they following you now just because they like the vibes? Are they following you because
Honestly,
you make music?
I think a lot of people follow me for clothes.
That would
I've
make
had-
sense
I've
because
had a
that's
lot
what
of
I get from.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people that
Yeah.
just like what I wear. But I want them to listen to my music. You need to go listen to my music. Stop saying that. Go listen to my music.
My bad, bro.
But it's
Listen to
almost-
music.
It's almost like I feel like there's so many subsets of why you could have a brand. Even if you're doing music, a subset of why you could be quote unquote have followers and things like that could be the way you dress.
Yeah.
Could be the way you live your life, just day to day, the things that you go to, the habits that you have. There could be all kinds of, versus the way an artist was presented before was just one filter. They're an artist.
Exactly. That's why I think it's important. I mean, this is probably kind of controversial, but I think that as an artist, you should be able to do everything. I think you should be creative in every way, and I think you should be able to dress yourself well, because that's just part of it. I mean, like your image is everything, to be honest with you. So like if every aspect of your life isn't revolving around your artistry, then it's kind of like, it just doesn't make sense. Like you can't be halfway into something and it be the greatest thing on the planet. Yeah, I mean, it's just like balancing multiple jobs. Like you're going to be bad at one job and then bad at the other job versus being great at, you know what I mean?
Just don't half-ass it, bro.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I don't know.
So for you, being an artist is, well, of course it's not. As I'm about to say, of course it's not. But being an artist is not something you put on a hanger and you hang up at the end of the night.
Yeah,
It's your entire life.
yeah, for sure.
And it doesn't
Did
mean,
it?
yeah.
Did it always start off? Well, you know what's interesting is that's the first question, because on the first podcast you said something. The image that they portray, we're talking about the artist, has an effect on the way people view them. And we were talking about energy. We were talking about how I felt certain people out here are already superstars. I think I've said this often, but it's the simplest way I can put it is Michael Jordan, because he's probably one of the most recognized names, was always Michael Jordan, even when Michael Jordan wasn't Michael Jordan. Meaning at 14, at 15, at 16, at 17, at 21, before, everybody knew. So that's how I feel with certain people. So we're talking about that, that this certain person we discussed at the time had the energy of somebody that was quote unquote of like a rock star.
Yeah.
So the way they showed up all the time. So I guess being conscious of that you're an artist. So when I'm in public, I'm an artist, which is
which
Yeah.
means I get unbelievable dirty looks on the walk-in.
that's what the guy told me. The first thing he said, "Oh man, I'm sorry," because he had that mask on.
Yeah.
But going to that point is like Yvng Drac. So having your mask on, which is incredibly noticeable on your Instagram and your visuals, like it's who you are. It's not. It wasn't. I was like, oh, this is not a gimmick or something like that, or a temporary thing. Like
Exactly.
this is
Yeah, bro.
the
And
way he's building.
I actually make a lot of my own.
Okay, hell yeah,
I wore this one because it looks good with my fit.
let's go.
You
You did come in with another one. You said,
Yeah.
you had to
It
go
has
check.
like kind of a darkish blue tint to it, so I didn't really like it.
I got
I
you.
rocked it. I rocked it with this.
How many times do you look in the mirror?
Like,
Yeah, how many times do you guys look in the mirror before you walk out?
oh shit.
You don't even know.
times.
You don't
Yeah,
even
no,
know.
for
I mean,
sure.
I'm the same, man. No, I asked because it's like going into over there, it's like doing the last check. So you come in, you
Yes,
want to
sir.
make sure your last check. And then I have spares in the car just in case,
Yeah.
whether it's shoes, the pants, because at home you can feel some type of way. But then you walk in and you go check yourself and you're like, nah, I missed that.
Like,
The
nah.
light's different or something.
Well, I mean, that's how it was when I walked in here, bro. I took that one wrong, and I was like, I don't know, Cass. What do you think? I think you should rock that one. I got to see. So I came in here. I went to the bathroom, checked in the mirror. I was like, it don't fit good enough.
It ain't working.
It ain't good enough.
Well, I told him it's just because it says Yvng and then Drac.
Actually,
It looks like a face tat. Like, I think it looks
okay.
sick. And
actually
two, like-
bought two, bro.
His whole image is like grunginess, and I think that is super.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's a good show.
Through the camera. Oh yeah, okay.
So like, it says my name on it and shit. And then it says cut here
It's super
on the
grunge.
throat.
super.
Yeah. And then I made this one originally to wear here,
Okay,
and then I was like, nah.
I dig it, man.
I kind of
So-
do that.
Even the places that you attend, as an artist, are you attending events?
I go nowhere. Bro.
Okay,
I sit at home,
okay.
play games. And I have like my first big concert coming up,
All right.
April 21st.
Where's that at?
Halton Theater in it's like Fort Wood, Dallas area.
Okay,
I'm performing. I'm opening for Wi-Fi's Funeral and B Savage.
okay. How'd that get set up?
I actually have a homeboy. Shout out Nate the Plug. He hit me up. He's a promoter,
Oh yeah, okay.
and
Yeah, I always like to ask because I'm wondering how much the spaces that are occupied are still in effect, meaning promoters. Promoters was a very big thing on how you got. So it's like still going through them, management, things like that. That's why I always ask, how did that happen? Is it contracts? Is it phone calls? Is it? And I like to highlight those things because maybe you grew up with contracts being normal, but for an artist, if it's going to become a viable business, in my mind, then I would think that you would want to know what contracts are for, why they exist, why you should get in them. Like, I don't know. Like, is stuff still being done with a handshake on certain levels?
Me and
With a
Cass's
handshake.
music is.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
Okay.
Cass produced my song EOTech, Point
Okay.
Break.
I keep promoting the Point Break, man. It's like my favorite so far.
let's go.
That's a banger,
See, I
bro.
told
Yeah,
you.
this is
I
hard,
think
bro.
I
This
think
is-
Drac was sleeping on that one
It's hard, man.
a
I
little
went
bit
through
more than
all-
Neotech.
Yeah, I went through all of them, and that one just keeps standing out. So nah, this one.
You know, that's one. My mom liked that shit. She's like, this
Co-signed
sound
by
like,
mom.
she was like, this sound like 90s rap.
Yeah.
She's like,
Oh,
this is
see, that's
sick.
probably it.
Yeah,
Then.
we
Yeah.
definitely had a like. It's not all the time that we sit down and have like a game plan, but on that one we sat down and have a game plan.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like title wise, things like that, or
Everything.
just.
I mean,
okay.
yeah.
I mean, Point Break is based on the movie. If you listen to the bars,
I was hoping. I was like, there's no
Yeah.
way. I didn't know how old you were,
Yeah,
but I know they.
But anyway, yeah. So the whole premise was me and Cass kind of robbing a bank.
Okay.
You know, if you listen, there's a couple of skits of us robbing it.
That's right.
I actually, I've already written out a script for a music video for that.
Oh hell yeah, man! That was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, me and Cass will do that eventually. Bro.
Okay,
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
it's gonna be a good one, man.
Yeah, I'm
That's actually what got us pumped in the car. Was Point Break.
Okay,
Yeah, so that's
like
before
right
we
now.
came in.
Before you
Yeah,
came
yeah,
in, let's
before-
go.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go, man.
that's fire. That song with good speakers, like especially in a car.
Okay. See, I asked. I can't remember who I asked. One of the last artists was when you're as an artist and you listen to your own music, it hits differently when you're listening to headphones in the car. You know, so
Yeah.
most of the time it was the way it felt in the car that
Yeah.
made it like, okay, this is
Well, I think that's like definitely an important place to try. But honestly, like if you know like what you're doing, I feel like it should sound good everywhere. I mean, I don't know.
I get it. No,
Yeah, it takes. I mean, it takes a lot of work. Like it's not easy by any means
No,
to make it sound good.
definitely not.
I mean, I'll be honest, bro. I'm pretty blessed. You know, Cass and my friend Tex. He lives in Maryland. He
Okay.
actually produced and mixed most of my music before I met Cass. He
Okay.
still produces a lot of my music too. But I mean, without them, bro, like I work a lot and I don't really have the time to learn those things right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know, I'm pretty blessed to do that shit for me.
How important do you think that is for you?
I think it's insanely important,
Yeah.
bro. It's an insane amount of work that I don't have to do. You know, I think that they should get credit for it.
That's dope by you, man.
I mean, that's why he's on the cover of the Point Break.
There's
mean-
Yeah,
It's a that's a half-ass song about Cass.
man, let's go, man.
that's fine.
I think it's I've been consciously wanting to do that. Sometimes I forgot. I know early on in my 20s, it was like pounding my chest. I did everything, and then I look back and it's like, damn, if I didn't have that person, you know. And I think we forget that, and especially in the capitalistic age we live in right now, it's always about putting you at the forefront, taking all the credit. I did it all. I got my big boy pants on, and it's very rarely, hey, they help me, you know. Because I think even chance moments in your journey are just as important. Like this place being built
Yeah.
for us to have season 3,
Exactly.
you know, type stuff. So that was like, we didn't even get into the intro. What up, Kaz?
Yeah, we're into the bullshit.
We got Texas Thule in the house taking pictures. What's up, my man?
What's up, bro?
Thank you so much for capturing season 3, man.
Appreciate that.
Okay, I'm gonna go through just your singles because all you have is singles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I have a project, man, that's been stashed for like 3 years.
We'll get into that,
Yeah.
man. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
So if I'm wrong, let me know, man. But I'm just gonna go by the year 2020. On Me, Miss Me, Sabotage, which is one of my favorites by you, man. Spotlight 2021. Let me know. Was it just for me? I didn't say it like that.
Yeah,
Just for
yeah,
me,
it was,
but
it was.
for me. Okay, 2022. I know. You Make It Back in December, which is another favorite of mine, man. December.
December's
That's Drac's
No, I
favorite.
know, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
No, definitely. And then this year you've already dropped Like That, and this Fair track.
It's got a
Let's
dope
talk
sound.
about it,
It's got a
man.
dope sound.
It's got a dope sound to it. What's the inspiration on it, man? Because when you sent it to me, God,
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
it's
just
hard, man.
I think a lot of the inspiration actually came from this guy.
Who you talking to?
So
No, I just-
so Drac over here, you know, he comes into the studio for the first time, and he's like the polar opposite of me. So like my music is all like pretty clean, like it's like wholesome, like you know, there's not a lot.
That's why I was surprised by it.
So
It's like
exactly.
hard.
So it's kind of like yin and yang. We were talking about this today.
Hell yeah.
But he told me, he was like, dude, like I want to hear you rap. I want to hear you rap more. And he also told me, he was like let it out. He's like, don't like you
man,
have
see,
you have a reason
like.
to flex. You have a reason. And I mean I work really hard at a lot of things. And so he was like, dude, you just gotta say it. And then hearing him have the confidence to do it and just say whatever comes to his mind, like because he knows who he is. That's what made me. I'm like, bro, you know what? Like, why am I holding back? I'm an artist. Like, I do this because I love it, and I love saying these things. I love, like, I don't know, just making this type of music. And so, yeah, man. I mean, that's really the inspiration behind it. And then obviously just life in general. You know what I mean? Like everything you go through. Like, I really, whenever I get on there, most of the time I just like black out. I don't really even remember. After the song is done, I cannot really recall like making the song most of the time. It's like I'll just whatever it just comes to me, it comes out, and then it's over. And I made this song, and I'm like, dude, this song is sick. And then I send it to him, and then he's like, bro.
And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to the whip right now.
Yeah.
It's like a download you get.
Yeah, but we both use iPhone, so it's hella easy to send.
Nah, man. The quality of the music, you say you go in there and you forget, so it's like a revelation, like a like you know, some you don't. It's
basically, yeah. I mean, I am like we were talking about this the other day. I mean, I'm religious. One time I walked out of my parents' house, and I thought the only thing I could think to myself, I had made like I don't remember what song it was, but I made like one of my favorite songs, best songs I've ever made. And I walked out of my parents' house, and I was like, dude. There's no way this is me because I don't remember it sometimes. I'm like, there's no way this is me. And I look across the street, there's a cross, and I said, God has to be speaking through me. And even though I don't have like every single word's clean or I'm not talking about God the whole song, I told myself, I was like, God has to be speaking through me. I look across the street, there's a cross, and it says He is.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro. And I was like, and I have never seen that cross, and I don't even know that it's there right now, honestly. But in that exact moment, I know for a fact that cross was there to say that. And so like. Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I just want to change lives and show. Honestly, like, my biggest goal is to show people that they can do what they want to do. But I mean, obviously,
when they look
explain to them though, like, it's not easy, and you have to actually work for it. Like, that's the only catch. But I mean, you can do what you want to do. Like, ultimately, at the end of the day, like, you work hard, bro. You just have to work really hard. But
does it feel like you worked really hard?
100%. 100%.
She sees
so
in the studio.
It felt like that's what Fair was about.
Yeah.
You can definitely feel that you went through something.
Oh yeah.
And came out at the end of it, you know, with this
went through life
perspective, man. So what has man, if you can we'll get into it if we need some gas, but what has been going on over the last 2.5 years, man, as an artist? What have you been creating? What have you been focusing on?
Yeah, we've just been making music. That's it. I mean, just been saying what comes to me. Just been progressing in my craft, meeting great people in the process.
Like, how long have you guys known each other?
Man, like probably like 6 months.
Oh shit, just recently.
Yeah.
Let's go. How'd y'all meet again?
So I was here. I work around here, bro.
Okay.
So I came into his store, bro. Bought me a pair of Jordans.
The shoe store, right?
Yeah. I kind of like was talking to him, and I told him I'll make some music. And you know, most people, at least us, you know, people who work really hard and create quality music. When somebody tells you that, you know, your first like instinct is like you take it with a grain of salt. You know, there's a lot of people that are making music that don't really care.
Yeah.
But Cass, he kind of looked into my shit, and then as I was walking out, he came and grabbed me. We sleeves, bro, and we've been friends since, bro. Like, and I actually listened to his music. You know, I immediately went home and bumped his stuff, and I could tell this is someone who worked, someone who made quality and loved what they did. So I was just mad stoked to meet somebody of that caliber.
Oh, that's fine. Does that seem rare? I mean, it sounds like you're describing.
Insanely. Yeah.
And when you
Insanely rare.
when you describe it, what's the difference? What's the other side of it?
What you mean?
Where you're saying someone who absolutely is, you know,
The other side of it is someone
what does it look like? Because I don't know what it looks like.
someone who put together a song off YouTube in 10 minutes
Throws it up.
and throws it up, and then expects thousands of plays, and it's unmixed, and it's lackluster in bars, and
Gotcha.
it's just like it doesn't have an energy to it.
Yeah.
It's not music, bro. It's you want something that you haven't heard.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're describing.
Yeah.
Because of what comes with it, like the
Right.
reciprocity from it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, that's good. That's
Yeah, you're just
that's
trying
the first
you're
time
just,
I did
you're
heard
just
that
trying to
described.
you're just trying to prosper from something that you haven't really worked for. It's like Kat said, you have to work really hard.
I mean, it's just like anything else, dude. Like you want to be a great whatever, but I mean, you don't work for it. It's just like.
Yeah, it's like
Right,
trying
I
to
mean,
get a
if
free
it's-
ride.
Like this is your music, right?
And that's not
Yeah,
always
This
to,
podcast.
to clarify though. That's not. I'm not gonna say that's always your fault. Like if you really don't have the time and you really don't have like if your life just doesn't allow it. Like unfortunately, that it is what it is. But if you have the ability and you don't work as hard as you possibly could, I think that's kind of your fault.
That works. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like just like this, where you found like a great place, with some quality stuff. You've been hustling on your IG, you're constantly updating people. You're trying to help, everybody. Like you're working hard. This is you being as good at your music as we are as artists.
Yeah, I can see that. That's what. And then when you talk to that person, like when you guys talk to that A, and you're like, oh yeah, this guy, he's the real deal. Yeah. Whatever that is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I figured Cass had a pretty hard work ethic, bro. In his store, his store is really cool. He honestly was always working on it. But when I met him, like he also just had like this energy of like, I know I work hard. I know like what I'm gonna do with myself. And then when I heard his music, I was like, oh shit, homeboy is good.
Yeah.
I was like, homeboy is good at music.
There was something you said on that first season about opportunities almost come to you because of your work ethic. Yeah. And I want to re-highlight that because I'm sure what's happened over the last 2 years. So like the shoe store, are you a partnership in that or?
So like basically, I just sell all the clothing in there. So
okay.
EJ gave me the responsibility of like supplying. So like for a while I would do like pop-ups and stuff around Midland, all different places, and I would sell vintage. And then I ran into EJ one day. I saw them posted on Snapchat, and I went into the store, and he just told me, he was like, dude, because I told him, I was like, oh man, like this is sick. Like I love this place. I was like, we need something like this. Everybody says that. We needed something like this. And I'm like, I sell clothes too, bro. Like I sell vintage. And he was like, bro, I need vintage. Bring it into the store. Let me see what you have. I brought it in. That was like the first or second week that they had ever opened. And like I said, EJ is the owner of the store. And so that's when I met him. And from there, man, like without like just blessings and blessings of just like working hard and being wise, kind of like on investing money and stuff like that. I just grew, and now I supply like for the most part, every single piece of clothing in there, like Elon, Bake, Essentials.
Oh yeah, so you're the buyer and the.
So like I basically supply the store with clothing, and then EJ has like just shoes. For now, occasionally he'll bring stuff in. Like obviously it's his store; he has the right to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm super grateful that I've had he's given me the opportunity to supply that store with clothing, because fashion has always been one of my favorite things on the planet too. Like I feel like fashion and music go hand in hand, and I had a lot of like big inspirations in like just fashion alone. And yeah, man. So now I can like supply it to Midland. Like I feel like that's like so important that we can all just like this culture forms.
No, for sure, man. Because before it would just be you purchasing it for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And you would just be the representation of that.
Yeah.
And not to however you want to look at it, having those accessible to most people isn't, which is part of being like quote unquote in the loop. Is there's levels to it. And so, I appreciate that because from a culture standpoint, we need more of it. First off, but we don't have a lot of it.
Yeah.
People who pretty much just be the plug for us out here, so we can get put on the game.
Yeah.
Has it been profitable and successful for you, man?
Oh,
Better than you thought?
Yeah, very close. Like honestly, like a big part of it too.
Because how old are you again?
20, 22.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, it's cool though, man. It's awesome. Like I love it. I get
Cheers to
I
you,
get to
man.
meet cool people every day too. So that's what's cool about the stores. Like Drac was up there chilling with us today, and we just got to hang out and just like meet people and just like talk about culture and fashion. And honestly, it doesn't matter who you are. Like if you walk in that store, like we're gonna have a conversation about culture and fashion. Like that's just the way it is. So it's cool.
Do you get a lot of people in there who are in the space and like committed to culture? Or do you get a lot of like people who randomly go in because it's something?
It's both.
Because how long you guys been there?
Yeah, it's been like they've been there like a year and a half. I've
Okay.
probably been there like a year and
Okay.
2 months or so. But yeah, man, it's
like a
good.
couple months now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and we're in a mall, so obviously foot traffic. Like,
Yeah,
we get
no, for
people
sure.
from all over the world. I've met people from like Australia,
Oh hell yeah!
Louisiana, just all different types of places that you
Welcome to
wouldn't think.
Midland,
So
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's a great place. It's a cool environment. So,
Have you seen other artists? Because the shoe store, there's a couple of others that you can compare, like Tall City Sneakers and a few other ones, right? That are doing something similar, things like that. So we haven't had quite a variety. Again, it was always the mall and that was it.
Yeah.
Or online,
Exactly.
being able to have more options. Man. Do you get a lot of artists? Do you see artists in there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, people come in all the time, like people that I've just always known, like from here. I mean, it's like that's what we should be doing. We should be going to school like that to buy stuff, or at least look at it and get familiar with the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As an artist, like that's one of the big. I feel like that's really important.
I mean, that's a network.
That's what we're there for, bro. That's what we're there for. Yeah, that's what we're there for. So,
yeah. What are you wearing, man? Why don't you let us know what you're wearing?
Yeah. This was actually given to me by a guy named Oscar. He's just one of the homies from the shoe store. He sold vintage as well. And like when we were kind of first starting, I would do like only vintage, and him and I would like go back and forth. And he would trade me something, I would trade him something, and then one day he walked in the store and gave me this. But I just think it looks super cool, like classy with like slacks, for example, and then like the Rick Owens on the toe. You already know.
No, I don't.
Most people don't.
I don't know.
Yeah. Rick Owens. It's just
put us on the game.
Yeah. Rick Owens is just a designer.
Okay.
Yeah, it has some cool stuff. Some of his stuff is, I mean, it's different. It's a different like genre of clothing for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's
Do
just
you
like
guys-
something you'd find like Neiman Marcus or something.
Do you get those for the shoe store? Or no?
If I can get my hands on them, yeah. But
Okay.
like designer, there's like a lot of fake designer out there, and so I try to like, which if anybody is a designer guy, like it's me. Like I really do like designer, and I try to get as much of it in as possible. But it's not something I go out of my way to get. Like there's a lot of things that are like guaranteed to sell,
Okay.
and then there are some things that's like kind of a risky investment. And so like obviously I'm gonna go for like the things that are like guaranteed to sell before I'm gonna invest in like a Rick Owens that maybe like somebody like maybe somebody will walk in and like it and be like, yeah, I'll take that for $800 versus like a shirt that I know for a fact.
But is it becoming more, I don't say normal, but more normal people purchasing like at high prices, because it seems like an age of I say an age of collectibles, but I'm a little older, so back then the things that were collectible, those were what you paid for, more money for.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems like that's transitioning over to clothing. So whether it's like Hyde Park or Bape or things like that, it's like $800 for a shirt, $1,200 for some jeans, $1,500 for some shoes. Is that becoming like normal? Does it seem normal?
At least in my world.
And then I was waiting for an arrogant answer.
Yeah, at least in my world, bro. Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm rocking.
I know you weren't.
I'm rocking Hair and Preston right now.
Okay.
I got the.
Let us know, man.
I got the Hair and Preston sweater and the Hair and Preston shirt. But I like to do a lot of underground streetwear as well.
Yeah. So name a couple that are you
This
know,
is
underground.
This is a sick one. This is Vicinity. They're out of Germany.
Okay.
Like the shoe will never get made again. You know,
Oh, yeah.
this is like one run. My pants are Void reincarnation. He makes like a ton of like anime like style clothing and shit. This is a
So it's like handmade.
yeah, he hand makes
That's
like
wild.
shit, bro.
Holy
He makes a bunch of cool shit.
Yeah.
So what are those, like 1,200?
No, bro, these are actually pretty. These aren't too bad. I think these were like 260 something.
Damn,
The-
that's not bad.
The
Yeah.
most expensive thing is the Heron Preston.
Yeah.
Heron Preston was one of Virgil Abloh's, the designer for Louis.
Mhm.
That was one of his friends. The only reason that he has a brand is because of
Oh,
Virgil.
gotcha.
And I loved Virgil and like everything he stood for. So I figured when he died,
That was
I
a
would
weird
just-
term.
yeah, well, no, bro, when he died, like I figured I'd support his friend who's alive.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like if I need underground anything like fashion wise, this is a guy.
Okay.
Immediately. Like I'll,
Yeah.
Have you always been tapped in like that, or what? When did
Yeah,
your
bro.
fashion?
Yeah,
You know,
I've been making clothes since I was about 15.
actually
I grew
making,
up in a print shop, bro.
oh, okay.
So I made my own underground clothes.
Who owned it or what?
My parents.
Okay.
Yeah, I was pretty blessed, bro. And they just let me go ham, bro. I'd be cutting pants, hats,
Did you
shirts,
did you
anything.
sell any back then?
Honestly, bro, I just wanted to look cooler than other people.
I feel you.
So I just made it for
yeah.
myself.
that's a good answer.
Do you think there's of course there's an unhealthy side of it, but as an artist, don't you want to stand out? I mean, I
Absolutely.
get being humble, and I told the last artist like, this is your time not to be humble.
I mean,
But
honestly, bro, like it's just kind of
your
like
1 hour.
This is the kind of conversation me and Cass were having, bro.
Yeah.
You don't become a rapper to be humble, bro.
Nah,
You
man.
become a rapper so that you can speak your mind and talk your shit on what you've worked for.
I was about to say,
Fair.
going back to
Fair.
fair.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I really dig that track, man. You should do it. You should do a visual to it.
Oh yeah, that's the goal. I mean, eventually.
So is there a reason, we'll change subject real quick, that you haven't done as many visuals with somebody who has as many singles as you have?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just don't like to do anything with anybody unless I like that person. I'm gonna be honest with you, and that doesn't mean that I've like given everybody a chance. 'Cause I haven't looked as much as I should. Like I could
You
have.
mean like them as a person?
Yeah, like I mean, like Drac, for example. Like I met this guy. He's the polar opposite of me, but I really liked him. I was like, bro, this guy's a really good guy. Like he's dope.
bro, you don't have to.
You're right. Yeah, so this guy, I mean, dude, he sucks.
God, he
Like,
sucks, bro.
I'm basically, he paid me to be here.
Yeah, I just paid him to say those things.
No, I'm just playing. But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, like I think like one of the things that I've learned is to like, I would rather just do something because I like to do it with somebody than I would do it just to do it. And honestly, like if I'm
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like I love music, I really do.
Like
I
we'll
love
find our
enjoying
camera
music.
guy.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll find our camera guy, bro, and then
Exactly.
that's who's gonna shoot our visuals, right? Like,
Exactly.
So it's not a transaction for you.
No, I mean it is.
It is, but-
I will always pay everybody for everything they help me with. That's just what I
I mean just the
that's what they deserve.
transaction.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I would much rather just wait until I find the person that is like destined to shoot my stuff.
Damn.
Than
You know,
just,
as a
like,
consumer, I hate that. 'Cause
yeah,
I'm
a lot
like,
of people
I
don't
want to
think.
see a visual.
Yeah.
Goddammit.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
people they don't like to typically think about the business side of what we do. You know, people like to think, oh, yo, this dude and this dude linked for a song, but what they don't understand is this dude don't even like this dude, and he paid him $600 to be on that song.
Just
You
for
know, and we would rather just invest the time into people that we care about and we see growth, you know, than pay somebody to do this.
Exactly. So like to me,
Oh,
I look
I
at
see.
it as investing in somebody else, and like I want to invest in the right person.
And
I got you.
it's more of a, and then you build a better ground of friendship.
And then too, the content is just so much greater than if you just like
Yeah, because you love that you're doing it for, you know,
each other.
someone you care
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I dig it because you're not in a hurry.
Yeah, right now by any means.
no.
Which are you conscious of that? And then are you conscious of how many other people are in a hurry? Because you can kind of tell.
I mean, to be honest with you, with me, I feel like I'm like destined to do. Like we
You
were
said
just
that
talking
the
about this.
first
I think we were just talking about this last night. But Drac and I were. But I feel like you're given like a passion for a reason, and to me, I feel like every time I'm just patient and just let it happen, it happens. And so to me, there's no reason that I would go out of my way to force something, because whenever I just let things happen, yeah. And that's just me personally. I'm not saying everybody should relate to that or everybody should agree with that. But that's what I've noticed about my life and the patterns that I've seen. Is when I'm patient, and I think it's a God thing. When I'm patient and I let Him do His work, it's gonna happen. And it may not be on my time, but it's gonna happen. So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, watching you, you're definitely not. Yeah, and though again, from a consumer standpoint, I'd like to ask those questions like, why have you just made singles?
Yeah.
Why haven't things like that? And wondering, I don't know if it's because as a consumer, you think they're gonna run out of time. I don't know, like because are you still recording and you just have them in the vault? Like your project you said, things like that, or singles.
I make music almost every day. I just have so much stuff. Like,
because I was talking to Migs the other day, and he put me on something that I didn't really realize about the way like a producer would go from it. But even an artist is, you'll make something and then you'll probably be like, I can do better. And you'll shelf it because you think you can do better, and then it'll become this.
Yeah, Cass won't let me do that. Nah, dude, I make a song and I'm like, I don't know. He's like, nah, bro, you drop my shit. And then I drop that shit.
Exactly.
Because do you have more unreleased than released?
I would say I do.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty close. But I mean, honestly, I'm at a point where every time I work on a song, like, it's a good song.
So you're putting it out?
Yeah, no, I mean, well, like, kind of. But, like, if I don't really waste time anymore. Like, I feel like, and it's not wasting time, you're just learning. But I spend so much time learning that now when I work on music, like, I know it's going to be good. And I think that's what makes it good, too, is, like, knowing that. I don't know.
And having that validation up front.
Exactly. Like when you say things out loud or when you really believe things, like that's what happens. So, and that could be good and that could work in your favor.
Yeah, we talked about that in the first season. That's a whole nother hour and a half.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. But I mean, just to like simplify that. That's all.
So. When did you load your first song? And what was it? 2020? It wasn't 2020.
Upload my first song?
Yeah, upload.
What song do you have down as my first song?
Well, I don't know what your first one is, but on your catalog, it only goes back to 2020.
Which was
on Me, Miss Me, and all that. Was that your first? Were those your first?
Nah, I mean, I made a lot of music before that.
Yeah.
But that was like the first one I put out on like all streaming platforms. And other than that, it was just like SoundCloud.
Okay.
I'm not like SoundCloud is definitely a place for like unreleased like music that you want to.
Yeah, I mean, like
how Drac uses it.
I mean,
like an archive.
Yeah, I run an archive.
I saw that.
That's exactly
and that's that music, bro, that like is good, but it's not something that I sat down.
I get it now.
It's something that I wanted to make because I felt like making music.
Like a throwaway or whatever. But
yeah, but like I still want people to be able to enjoy it. And then that's just something else. Like someone might really love that song. So why would I keep that for me?
That's an interesting strategy. Was the archive part of it like conscious? Like, is there a reason you said these are my archives, and is there a reason why you chose SoundCloud as the archive?
I mean, one, you have to own all your rights on your song to upload it to YouTube. So any sample, you got to get clear with that shit.
Okay.
I make music with Cass now. Cass makes everything that I put out on all platforms from scratch. So I don't know why I'd use any other producer to really like push it. I'm not gonna go contact the producer that I used for the song PSP or Extortion or Archive and be like, hey, can I buy this beat? And then they'll be like, oh, I want $340. I'm like, nah, I'm not giving you shit because not only is that ridiculous for how low quality those beats are, that people just put on the like YouTube and shit. Like not only the low quality, it's overpriced, and Cass could cook me up something better in 10 minutes, and it would be unique, and we would have different drops.
Would you still pay $300? Like, what does a Cass beat go for?
I would consider.
Don't be shy, Cass.
I'll be honest.
It goes for friendship,
Yeah, right.
Damn.
a
No,
relationship. That's what a Casby goes
I mean,
for.
that's.
Long term, obviously, like royalties, but other than that,
I mean, I put his name on all my shit. You know, so
Yeah.
if I ever get signed someday or some shit, they're gonna give Cass a cut. 'Cause it's his music too. Same with Tex. You know, he mixed all my vocals on my other songs that are all platforms, and he's gonna get a cut of his money.
Do you expect it to get there?
100%.
Absolutely,
I wouldn't do
yeah.
it if I didn't. I wouldn't even dabble with it.
I'll be honest, bro. I think Cass's beats are worth up to $1,000 easy.
Okay, thank you. I needed to know shit, man.
Because I need
No,
it.
really, bro. I mean, people pay thousands for beats. And
I mean, you hear super producers.
yeah, Cass is gonna be there. Yes, he will.
I mean, which I prioritize my music at this point, and then for the first time in my life, I prioritize music. So,
Did you become a producer out of necessity, or is it a lane also that you want to occupy?
no, I mean, I feel like as an artist, you should be able to produce, you should be able to engineer, you should be able to do everything because of like, how do you love music if you can't do everything?
Well, thanks, Cass.
But listen, hear me out.
Homeboy flame me, bro. He's like,
Right
and
next to
casually
me.
drop a diss on Drac right now.
I forgot he was sitting next to me.
It's like,
Nah,
bro.
man. I mean, honestly, I think that's something that like I would eventually, and you've already shown interest in it.
Yeah.
You've already told me he wants to get into production. He wants to get it like better at this and that. And that's what I think you need. I just did it way ahead of people because I started there. It's like I wasn't comfortable with my voice early, and so I produced beats, and so I did this, and that's like I got there first. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I see.
So, but I think as long as you're like striving to learn everything, that's kind of like where it's important. But that, like I said, that also comes with your day, how your days look. Like, are you working 24/7? Do you have the ability to work on music 20? Like, you know what I mean? If you have that time and you're choosing not to do it, that's when I think it's like a little bit of an issue. And are there some days where I do that? Of course, where I'm not like 100% of the time like behind a computer because it's like super exhausting to do that. First of all, like to constantly be behind a computer, your posture is horrible. Like it's impossible to work on music for 12 hours at a time and your posture be great. I really don't think that's possible. And so like long-term issues that you can get from that, like I've already experienced that. Like I've already had like like pain and just fatigue and all kinds of stuff due to like my posture for music. And so
You used to overwork.
yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's just like a posture thing. Like I've been to like physical therapy for that because of how much I've like been behind a computer working on
wild,
music.
man.
Yeah. So
You better or what? How you feeling?
yeah, I feel better for
You
sure.
just cut back on the time or what?
No. I mean, I just try to think about it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, but when you're locked in like that, and especially like the first time I met this man, he came over, stayed with me, and we spent 12 hours. What was it? No, was it more?
No, it was almost 14 hours.
Almost 14 hours straight on EOTech. So we sat down, made that song from scratch, and we sat in that studio for 14 hours straight on one song.
Yeah.
And
it was actually pretty stressful, bro. It was like,
but why did it take 14? What do you mean, like the mixing and mastering,
everything from scratch, bro.
Okay.
So like, I mean, we started with.
I wrote
so
the
you started
bars.
just ding, ding,
Yeah, wrote the bars, recorded it, everything, bro. So 100% from scratch. And it was pretty funny, bro, because like, you know, this is my first time at Cass's house, and if you've heard EOTech, bro, like I say some foul shit, and you know, I'm over here, and like his girl is like over here, and you know, this is my first time in their house, bro.
First time.
And I'm like, I'm talking some foul shit, and I'm like, I hope they do not hate me. I was like, I hope they're not like, bro, get out.
Yeah.
Get out, bro.
And not to honestly, like we were talking about the shoe store earlier. EJ is like one of my best friends all the time now, and so I was talking to him about Drac the other day, and I was like, bro, when Drac came in that first day and he said what he said,
bro,
I was like,
what's
what's great is that I liked him more. I respected him more.
Well, what'd you say?
Dude, I did. I come up to the mic and I'm like, oh. Y'all came in guts for let's smoke more on some of this shit. Just like
that's
fucking just gnarly
that's
shit.
That's definitely
bro.
like the emphasis of that track there. And but I'm telling you, like just being able to see this man like be himself and like he didn't care, but he did care. Like the hospital. So one of the things I told Drac, I was like, bro, if you're gonna make music like that, the fact that you're a great person is super important.
Oh,
To
yeah,
me
that
personally.
counters it.
And so
Counters
that's what
it.
I was saying exactly. And
That's a
so
good
that's
point.
why I liked him so much. Man.
I'll be
It's like,
honest
it's
too,
perfect
bro.
balance.
Like I was telling EJ, I was like, bro, I'll be honest, bro. I'm really nice to people that I care about. Like I'm kind of a
Oh,
dick.
that's
Like I'm kind of a dick.
I
bro.
mean, yeah.
But if someone genuinely has like, really hard work ethic and cares for themselves and the people that they care about, then I'm all in. But I mean, if you're not about that, then shit, bro, I'm about you.
Yeah, I don't have time.
Yeah, for real, bro. Yeah,
Figure
like,
you out or you figure me
yeah,
out.
bro.
Put
I don't
everything
have
on the
time. I don't
table.
have time for that shit.
Yeah, no, man, definitely. I'm gonna interject real quick because I always forget. If anybody has to go to the restroom,
Yeah, it's gonna be
all right, let's do that. If you're watching from home, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. We're gonna use the restroom. I'm gonna go live real quick on my Instagram, and then we'll be back. Ready to go? Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Dude, I always forget, and I'm like, I see people over there squirming.
That was the most perfect timing. That could not have been.
Oh, shit.
I was about to interject.
I was about to
interject
myself.
myself.
like, bro, gotta take a.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back, guys. Give us 5 minutes. Where's that other one over there?
Yeah, they were recording that when they were talking about the apartment, and I was just like, doing it, and I was like, sitting on the couch. I'm not gonna take this off. I was just sitting on the couch, and then like he would get it was out of my crying like 5 different times, so it's like take the best take out of that. So it sounded exactly the same all 5 takes, and I was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, so which one did I pick? Because they were, I didn't. That's what these two. Maybe shit, honestly. It was like, it sounded exactly the same.
He said got germs.
Got germs. Damn, I got cold, boy.
Got the cootie.
There you go. What up? What up? What up? We'll be back in 5 minutes, y'all. Go use the restroom. You've been watching. I'm putting my jacket on. Oh, the camera's over here. Yo, how's it looking from last week? We got a light and a 4K. It looks tall. Oh, I see. It does. Huh? Should we put it lower?
I
Should we
don't
put
know
the camera
because
lower? Oh, it's
that monitor's gonna be more.
We gotta have my glasses on. Look at this.
Got that same problem.
God dang it. Might as well keep them on. Yo, what up, what up, what up? Hop on. Go over my notes before we forget.
Just got this flower stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yo, what up, 2 Extra Label? What up, what up, what up? I just seen y'all opening y'all's account, making y'all's account. So he's all over there. He's all over there with y'all 2 times today. I said 2 minutes.
What's good, bro?
Shit.
What's your name, bro?
This is Thule, man.
Totally, bro.
Thule? That's a dope name, bro.
That's a new
Texas Thule, man.
I'm Drac, bro. Let me get your Instagram, bro. I'll support you, bro.
What up?
It's just TX Totally, bro.
Exactly how it sounds.
EY.
Yeah, it's just water.
Yeah,
All right, y'all. We're coming back. We're coming back.
Bad, bro.
for sure, bro.
Yes, sir.
Cass, get your ass in here, man. Doing the podcast.
Get your ass in here.
Get your ass in here, bro.
How y'all feeling? You need another drink?
Yeah, I would have.
You ordered one? You ordered one? All right. So Tony was in here. Yeah, the last time I think that's why I had it on.
Oh boy, got the shades on in the building.
Well, I realized I had my hair sticking up from it earlier, and I'm like, does it look sillier if I just keep the hair, put the glasses back in? The first guest, I think it was EXO in there, man. I forgot the restroom break, and God, he was dying by that hour and a half.
There's just urine everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, man. Going down my pants
You were sick.
to my new Adidas shoes. So, are you guys conscious of people when you're walking around and you got to be looking at people's shoes
I ignore
and pants?
everyone.
No, man.
Yeah, I actually despise people so much that I pretend to
You just hang out with yourself. It could
Yeah,
be dangerous.
yeah.
It could be dangerous.
No, I'm just
Do you ever have conversations with people that are not in your circle? You know, like with the same mindset, with the same goals.
I actually just talked to
Yeah,
Cass about this the other day, bro. Yeah, I hung out with some people, bro, and I'll be hanging out with them, and like you realize that they don't have the same mindset as you, and then you just feel like, why the hell am I here?
You just get up and walk away.
I'm just wasting my I'm just wasting my time.
So let's talk about that, man. Because I think that exists in the artist space. When you talk about people starting to occupy for the wrong reasons, you see that in a lot of spaces. You see that in business, entrepreneurship, whatever it is. It becomes a fad, a wave, whatever.
Right.
And that's why it's important to highlight people like you guys to keep, as they say, the real alive, or to compare and contrast authenticity and genuine artists and the others, because without putting them next to each other, how would you know? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm with you. I think it's important to keep alive the integrity of the culture, whatever that's evolved into, because there is an evolution of hip hop culture or culture in general when we say that,
Yeah.
So it's recognizing those who are continuing to carry the light and adding to it, right? Like I think your sound adds to the evolution of hip hop versus some of the stuff that we probably hear and talk about, or like that shit is taken away from hip hop.
That's another thing too, bro. You should look for authenticity and originality in your music. And you kill any of that thought process. You kill any of that thought process and try comparing what you're listening to something else. Everyone's influenced by somebody, and you might sound a little like something, but it's your art.
Yeah.
So,
Let's switch subjects real quick, because we're talking about their music. What do you think about blogs?
Blogs.
Yeah.
I think they're beneficial. I just
Really? Hip hop blogs.
I don't read no blogs.
Well, okay, that's a very good point. Let me say blogs in the new sense, the social media blogs, the hip hop platforms that are utilizing social media. So social media blogs, not true blogs like you would find on some website or something where people are actually writing a real article about somebody. To me, that's a real blog.
You mean Reddit?
Sort of like Reddit. No, like Say Cheese and all these. But there's hundreds of smaller ones that I think are just as important.
Yeah.
I think they're important. I want to get an artist's view, especially from you guys, that I don't think you're too concerned with
I mean, I think if somebody
But
like wrote one about me,
I'm gonna write one on you. For
I'd be
sure.
like, cool. I'd be like, that's dope, and I'd share it. You
Yeah.
know, but like, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it.
Is that something that you would invest in?
Something that I'd invest
Very
in,
good question.
like I would have my own
We could-
blog.
No, like would you invest in getting yourself?
Mine's blogging. That sounds so weird.
That's why I asked. I mean, it was a rhetorical. I asked a rhetorical question. So that's
No. I mean, no, for real though. Like,
What about promoting your music, which is why they seem like to exist today, is at a platform to promote your music. So
I
they
mean-
build it up with all the drama and everything, and then they have an audience that you can promote your music to.
yeah, but I feel like a lot of that, bro. A lot of that is fake. There is so much fake promotion. Like it's so.
When you say
so
fake,
bad.
you mean like paid for? I mean, it's definitely
Yeah,
paid
I mean,
for.
you pay for promotion, but a lot of it, bro, is just like garbage, fake bots, and like a lot of times I don't mess with it because I did what I thought was real promotion one time on my old persona, and it like ran up my song, like thousands of plays and all this shit, and it was fake. And I was pissed because
Oh, I
you can't get
see.
rid of that.
Because you bought it thinking it was going to be genuine, but they had a plan on the back end that it was some type of.
Yeah, and he put bots on. Like I had only paid for
Oh,
a
that
repost.
sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, I only paid for a repost, and then he put bots on my song, and I was pissed, bro. Like,
Do you think once that's happened to you as an artist that it does something to your image?
absolutely. I think if you fake your plays, you're lame. That's some
Truly.
lame shit, bro. Like,
Or
I
your
would
followers.
agree,
yeah, bro.
or your followers.
Yeah, or your followers. You know, like, I mean, there is
Why do
no.
you think someone would want to do that besides the obvious?
I mean, I think it's one. They really do just want to be like bigger than they are, and then they assume that you'll follow. You know, they're like, oh, he has 10K.
Which I think
he's
I think
super
that's
cool.
I think that's a valid assumption. Like I think that method works. It's just whether you would want to go that route. Like me personally, I don't care enough about like publicity to do that. Like I said, I think that it'll come to me. I think that like, if I work hard and continue to do what I'm doing and meet people like this and continue to collaborate, like it's gonna happen without having to do that. And to me, it feels more genuine whenever I like really, you know what I mean? If that makes
That's
sense.
another thing too. Where, like, I only have 500 followers, but all 500 of them fuck with me.
Yeah, it's
Listen to
Yeah,
my
I'd rather
stuff.
have that, man.
That's
You
true.
know, like,
They really do. That's true.
you know, and it's like, I don't know. It's like also you go to some dude's page. I went to this dude's page the other day. 10K, right? I actually just made a post about this the other day. You know, saying like, you know, if you fake that shit, it's lame. But his page, you know, other people do it, not just this dude. But you know, he had 10K followers. He's flexing all this money. He's got Walmart pants on and fucking Vans.
I told you were paying attention.
Yeah, and I was like, bruh, stop. Like,
Yeah.
stop pretending that you're this, bro. It's okay that you're not that yet.
Yeah, I think
You can get there.
I think that's
And when,
important.
and when you get there, do that. Show your money. Flex your shit. But if you got torn up like $20 jeans and $40 shoes, bro, and 10K with only 20 comments, what the hell would I follow you?
I think one thing, like, because I was talking about it earlier, like, if you're not working hard enough, like, that sounds, I don't want that to sound, I don't know. I guess what I would say, though, is, like, mentally, you can also be trapped in a place that, like, prohibits you from doing everything that you could possibly do. So I think that's something, too, that I think is something to consider as well. Like, if you feel like you're mentally just not in a good space to do that, like, don't beat yourself up about that. Because I've been clouded. Like, I've had a rain cloud over me for like a year, and so I think that's something to like be aware of too. Is like if you feel like that's where you are, like don't beat yourself up. Just wait till you're out of that and work hard. Like when you get the chance, work hard, and if you don't have the chance, it's okay.
That's a very good point, man. Because I think as human beings, we forget that there's 4 seasons. And we just try to go like it's summer all year long. But you know what I'm saying? Like whether it's work or passion or relationships or things like that. Like when I look out externally to the world, there's a reason seasons exist. But I forgot. Like when you go, I went straight from high school into the corporate world for 10 years, and it was go, no breaks, you know, like, and then you end up with burnout, and you're, you know, depressed and all kind, you know, chemical imbalance and things like that. Not realizing like sometimes that year off or that down year was necessary for whatever reason, you know. I think we talked about that with Mikey. Mike is the ability to look at quote unquote dark times to become something, you know, better versus getting bitter. You know, cliche thing. It's definitely being able to look at that shit and outgrow it. So like what you're saying about the artist who the artist you described that you went to his page and things like that, that's like a growth thing. That's a mental emotional growth thing. That's that
Yeah,
you can go in and give him the blueprint for an artist, but he still has to work on personal.
Yeah, bro. And,
You know, I don't have time for that. Does that, you know what I'm saying? I don't have time, as they say, to grow people or to raise people. Like,
yeah, bro.
I'm trying to be around people who are already on the go. They already know what's up.
Yeah,
We're on the same page. Like, I don't want to catch you up, man. If I have to catch you up, I used to do that a lot in my 20s.
I mean, that's,
Catch people up and hope the
Yeah,
best.
exactly.
and that's what that's what Cass is talking about. Bro. He wouldn't have cared if I hadn't put in my own work already.
Exactly. I told him that. I told Drac that straight up. I was like, bro, if like you were the artist that you are right now, like I would have no reason.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like,
And that's not rude.
yeah,
You know, that's being fucking real. You know, that's like, bro, I respect what you've done, and it's vice versa.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that's important.
Especially when you're trying to go to the next level.
Absolutely. Bro.
What does that look like for you as an artist, man? So what's your plan for 2023? You know,
Underground king, me. Yeah. Cass is gonna be bigger than me. I already know. He's like hella good looking. He can hit like hella crazy ass notes and shit. Girls are gonna be at his
he's got a
shows like,
mustache.
You know
He's got a
what I'm saying?
mustache.
Yeah, shit, bro.
Mustache is everything.
I mean, my shit too, bro. Like my crowd is grimier. I feel it. That's why I'm excited to see our shows.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say, bro. That is gonna be the perfect combination.
It's gonna be so cool,
So
bro.
like back to back, you guys are gonna do the performances, or is it gonna be?
Oh, we're definitely performing.
Okay.
Absolutely.
100%.
And then my friend Tex will be here.
100%.
He's about to move here with me.
Oh yeah, you said you were
he
gonna
makes-
move here. Welcome to Midland.
Tell them
Yeah.
about the powder puff.
Oh, bro, yeah, that's just crazy, bro. I fucking he submitted his song today. To this guy, and he actually got only likes on it. which is hella cool.
Oh, that's what I should have said earlier. We were talking about
Yeah.
TikTok. So that's what I do consistently. Like every time I make a song, and honestly, like I do it like 3 or 4 times a week. I'll go on somebody's TikTok live, then do like the live reviews.
Oh
and I'll
yeah.
submit.
Oh,
And I get like
that's like more relevant.
I get like
than
10
blogging.
followers
That's
every time
way
I do
more
that.
relevant.
I get like 10 followers every time, and I do that like 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh, that's fire.
This fool
That's
just
a
be
good
shouting me out
strategy.
too.
Yeah, and I'll
Just
yeah,
put on one of my songs.
exactly. Yeah.
And it's funny too, because like, you know, I make, like I said, you know, I'm like some underground shit. And everything that he follows is kind of like more his shit.
Exactly.
And half the crowd will be like, "Oh, bro, that shit's lit," and then half the crowd will be telling me, "Bro, your shit is garbage. Your shit is straight trash."
Throw it away.
Okay, but the powder puff.
Oh yeah, bro. Fucking, we make this joke. You ever see that Powerpuff Girls? You ever see that back in the day?
No, man.
You
That's
never
like-
watched the powder puff?
No,
Bro,
man.
what? That was like a
I'll have to look
class.
it up.
That's like a classic cartoon, bro.
I'm gonna look
But
it
we
up.
always make the joke that there's like new versions of them, and we always make the joke that me, him, and Cass.
Oh, that's funny.
Me, Tex, and Cass are those dudes. But the dude today on the live was like, "Bro, you remind me of the red dude from Powerpuff Girls, bro." Like that. It was
So
hilarious,
it was
bro.
like
Like,
perfect.
yeah, and he had like no idea.
And he
about
had
that.
no idea
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
And he
Oh,
said
that's
that.
fire.
It was funny.
And this has like been like a thing that he's been talking about for
Yeah.
since I've known him.
Because they're like a trio, bro, and like me, Tex, and Cass are that trio. And like their whole thing is they just break shit, like rob shit, like
Oh,
destroy
man.
stuff. It's like fun, you know. They're like really cool.
But that's
But yeah, bro, like it's cool because Tex has he's from the East Coast,
Okay,
You know,
where's
so-
he at right now?
Maryland.
Okay. He's thinking about moving here?
Yeah, he's moving here.
Man, something's happening. So.
Yeah, I mean, but it's lit, bro. Like he's gonna bring this East Coast, like, you know, trap style rap.
Yeah.
But he can also do some melody type stuff like Cass.
Oh yeah, man.
And then I
We
bring
need
this,
that
and then I
diversity.
bring this really grungy, style.
Did it always start off like that for you? Just grungy?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Who was your inspiration, or what? Were you trying to mimic somebody else, or?
No, I made my first song ever, which is garbage. You know, straight garbage now. When I look at it, but I would say my influences would be Bones. You know, I
Okay.
really like Bones, bro. Xavier Wolf. Yeah, those amazing, bro. That whole underground scene, I really love the like grungy underground kings, bro. You know, I'm a massive X fan. Um,
I don't know who
Mask.
any of those guys are.
They're all 2017 SoundCloud rap, bro.
Okay.
You know, that's what I grew up on.
Okay.
So that was kind of what shaped my music in mind. It's actually hilarious, bro. So Cass's favorite artist, who is it? Who is it, Cass?
Who do you think my favorite is?
I don't know. At the time, you were talking about J.I. 2 years ago.
J.I. is fire. He's an inspiration.
J.I.
But my
Yeah.
favorite artist?
No. Okay.
And my favorite artist is X. And they hated
So
each
it's
other.
like the yin and the yang.
Yeah, dude.
It's just gonna be fire, whatever comes out of this.
But that's what's good, bro, is because we have two different
Well, we
takes
got
on
fair.
music. You know, so when we're in the studio,
So you guys don't get know each other, then? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a yin and yang, and then you can know each other, but this is more like synergy, or what? How would you guys describe it?
yeah, I mean it
That's
works, bro.
dynamic.
Like, my song is it? What song did you write bars on? EOTech. For the first time ever, I spit bars that I hadn't wrote, which I'm typically very
Oh, okay.
against.
Who wrote it?
Not the
You wrote
whole
it?
song. Not the
No.
whole song. It was
He wrote-
literally
he
just
wrote one
like
part.
4 lines.
It's
Okay.
like 4
Yeah,
bars,
yeah.
and they're a total change from what I typically do. And then I listened to it, and I was like, damn,
Yeah.
that shit hit. You know, it's really good build up for the next part of the song that I came in at. And you know, us being, you know, having two different musical minds helps create something better. You know, because there's something that other people like from Cass that they don't get from me. And then, you know, vice versa. So when we go together on a song, you know, you're gonna reach a larger
It like
audience.
unlocks all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It unlocks everything.
Yeah.
It's almost. You ever seen those TikToks where I don't know I can't recall it right now, but where it's like these different sounds bouncing around, and they say for like ADHD people, it's good to
Me.
listen to it. And it's like,
Yeah,
But-
me, bro. I saw one of those one time. I was there for like 30
hey,
minutes.
same.
Just laying there in bed
Same.
like this.
Yup.
Sick.
Well, that's what I feel like. You know what you would say with this dynamic is. So it's like hitting all those points
Yeah.
without realizing it. I think it's exciting, man.
This dude's a goat, though. Like, no cap. bro.
Kaz is yeah, for sure. Man.
I've been making music since 2016, and I have never stepped foot in someone's studio and been intimidated by the amount of knowledge that somebody has on music, bro.
Oh man, let's go,
This
man.
this dude is actually insane on the amount of knowledge he has in music.
Awesome, man. Well, from an artist or consumer standpoint, again, man, I think I'm like chomping at the bit to hear more. Maybe because we live in this binge society that we do today, this Netflix
Yeah.
society that we just want to get as much as you as we can right now.
We'll keep giving it to you, bro. I take that as a challenge.
But it is, you know, whether it's a strategic approach or a conscious approach, the way you go about releasing music is interesting. Because it's not what I see out in the space today of it's like every week there's something, and it's because of attention, man. Like what do your numbers look like, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think, like, overall streams, like, lifetime, I have, like, almost 17,000 streams on Spotify. I don't know what Apple Music looks like, but
Yeah.
I have, like, 140 monthly listeners on Spotify, and that's grown a lot.
That shit's wild. Think about
Yeah, like, before, like, when For Me was the only thing out for, like, that entire year, I'm pretty sure I was hitting, like, 20, 30, if that.
because it takes
Just
a
in
lot
these
to hit that
releases. Yeah.
follow, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, honestly, my streams are like, to me, they're impressive. Like, I feel like I don't, like, I just make music because I love it and I just put it out and I hope people listen to it. And yeah, it seems like it's doing well.
It doesn't seem like you have an attachment to it.
Yeah,
Like you have a healthy, I'm gonna say that you have a healthy attachment to your music, versus what I see in the space where people have an attachment, but it's unhealthy because they have expectations behind what they want the market to, how they want the market
Yeah.
to do it.
And
I don't get, I don't never got that from you, man. Which is why I, subliminally, but realistically, hashtag like icons only. Like I'm with you, Drac. Like I think Kaz is an icon, like in the making, whether whether we see that now or not. And so highlighting him and highlighting that more than anything, like I said in the loop, is the mindset, the approach, the ability to have. That's what we were talking about in the first one. This energy is like, not that you don't know, because it's probably hard to view yourself like that, but I see you like that, man.
Exactly. Yeah, it is, man. I mean, honestly, like I love music and I love making music, and I think my music is great, but I definitely like. I feel like I downplay myself a lot, but I do a lot. You know what I mean? Like with the store and the music, and it's like. I guess at the end of the day, like I'm just pretty nonchalant. Like I just like to just trust. I just like to have faith. At the end of the
That's
day.
what I've been telling him. I be telling him, like when we were talking about the music shit, it's like, bro, you have a lot to flex.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, the new song though.
Oh, dude, bro, his new song.
Fair could be like a
Hold up.
nonchalant way of just saying flex.
No, well, I have a new song about Houston.
Dang.
Like, that's really where I'm like.
That's where he actually talks some shit. Like I heard it, and I was like, I casted my advice.
What's the deal behind the Houston title? I'm trying to get it out of
That's
you.
the one unreleased, bro.
But
I'm
nah,
gonna say
yeah.
it. I'm gonna say the name.
Yeah, say it.
It's called Hold Up.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, just Houston in general. I love Houston. So like one of my favorite artists of all time is and he's like one of my favorite artists, but he's also one of my I admire his shows and I admire his festivals. It's like Travis Scott.
Okay.
And so like being in Houston for like a Travis Scott festival, like you go to the mall and every single person is either wearing Travis shoes, a Travis shirt, a Travis hoodie, a Travis shorts, something Travis. There are literally like billboards like in the mall, like Astro World 2022. This you know what I mean? Like while you're there for that festival, and just everything in Houston is Travis, and it does not discriminate. We went into like the most random restaurant, like a place that you would never expect to hear Travis. I don't remember what it was, bro. It was like the most random restaurant, and they were just playing Travis.
Bro, that's like San Antonio.
Breakfast, they were playing Travis.
During breakfast?
Yes, bro.
It's lit.
And it was just the most random place you could have been to, and like. So yeah, but man, I think Travis, I just admire his influence.
Do you see yourself moving to Houston?
No, I mean, I just love the vibe.
Houston is incredibly humid.
And also Drake is my biggest inspiration in general. And so he talks about San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, Houston, and honestly, just being from Texas, those are the coolest places to go to. The cities that I'm accessible to, I can drive to all of them. And so that's why that is. I don't know. I just love Houston, and I love the culture there. How much culture there is there versus how much culture there is here. I just want to be in a place like that. I wish Midland.
Oh yes.
And I think Midland will eventually turn into that.
I think
it keeps growing.
Yeah.
But that's why I admire Houston so much because of the culture.
I definitely think that's here, and there's just a lot of people. Just like the people you said you meet at the store, Australia, things like that. It's like, hey, can you guys just come out more, and get us used to all this culture? Do we have an expected release date on this, or what? No.
No, honestly, I'm waiting on a feature from Jabin.
Okay.
You know who Jabin is?
Yeah.
So Jaden actually have a song with him, and that's one of my favorite verses I've ever done.
That's gonna be.
I think that our voices just goes. I think our voices just go so well together. And so I've been waiting for since that song, I was like, bro, I'm making a song specifically for you to be on it. And this is the song. That's
man, I can't wait.
And he's slated.
He's been killing it, man.
Yeah.
I was capturing pictures of him. He was at Kamapauzi doing his show in 2017 when I first heard it. I just kind of found him on Instagram, following him. But hell yeah, man.
Yeah, so I'm excited, bro. I'm literally just and there's no rush on it. I'm just patiently.
Where can people find you, man, if they're wanting to listen to you, follow you?
All platforms and Instagram, bro.
Yeah, both of us. At HeyCast is you. HeyCast.
Hey, Cass.
Yes,
See.
you.
See.
On Instagram. And then,
Somebody plug my Instagram.
of course.
It's Yvng Drac with 2 X's.
Is it DRAXX?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Yvng Drac and Yvng Dracs with 1 X are taken by accounts that have no posts, no pictures, no
How do you
likes.
think that happens?
I think somebody heard that I was gonna be Yvng Drac
Okay.
and they don't like me and they fucking hate me. I think that's exactly what happened. I think that's exactly what happened, bro.
You know what? I'm laughing because I asked that because that's happened to me a few times. And I go look up the Instagram, I'm like, who is thinking of this name like me and
No,
has this
yeah.
goddamn handle? It's
No.
It happens more
Because
often.
I started
than not.
my SoundCloud and started posting in my, like back where I lived. And I hadn't started my Instagram yet. And I went to start it. And they were both missing.
Oh yes.
And I was like, bro, somebody don't like me.
Yeah, man. Like you icons only. Who's gonna do an icons only podcast? Somebody already has it, and they have the domain. I'm like, and they're doing nothing.
I actually like it.
it.
I actually like it. I think that's cool because you're here in Midland and literally the entire town is blue. So I mean, I think that's
That you got it.
yeah. I think it's sick, bro. I think it's sick.
But on that real quick as we wind down, man, what is y'all's feedback? Because I never ask. I'm just assuming that I'm doing something.
I would tell
Good.
these fools that if they want to hear, they should turn down this music outside, just a tiny bit.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got
I-
a copyright claim on one of the last ones probably. Because
And that's how you're gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad you. I didn't know if it was because it's usually you usually can't hear it, but I don't know if it was because when you opened the door, it caught it. You know that brief moment. Yeah.
Great. Screw you. They're gonna take it down immediately. YouTube's like,
Nah.
that's mine.
It'll say copyright, but it'll say not a strike or something like that. Just, you know, I guess they can tell. I mean, AI.
Yeah, they did that. They did that with PSP. Because I used like I edited a picture because it's for the archive, so I don't really have to own rights to shit. I'm not getting paid for it. And they were like, "This is a copyright. That's not a strike."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "That's the
I want the strike.
give me the strike, bro. I ain't scared. I have like 5.
Yeah.
I have like 5 on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I can't
that's
believe they
not
haven't
good.
taken my account.
You gotta be careful. You gotta fight those because sometimes somebody's recording and just.
I definitely can.
I fight. Oh no, okay. I fight. I've
No.
gone since I kicked off in the loop. I've gotten so many. I don't know what the next strikes or something. So I'm like having to fight them all. I was shadow banned for like 30
Yeah.
days. So that's why I started spending money. I was like, I'm
Well,
not
that was
turn my
like-
money away. But
That was like I was on someone else's live, and there were gunshots outside.
oh,
Right? There were gunshots outside, and I said, "Haha, that was me." And they gave me a strike for that.
for that, oh,
They
yeah,
gave me a
man.
strike for
TikTok
that.
is worse. I'm telling you, it's like,
I was like,
but it's
"What,
a really
bro?"
good platform.
I was like, "That's my friend. Like, I never joke." Like, what?
From a creator standpoint, Kaz, what do you think about social media platforms and reels and these shorts and all the stuff that's going on right now from an artist standpoint, like versus it just being music?
Like content in general. Or what do you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Do you buy into it? Do you agree with it? Do you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like, I mean, that's the way that like our generation. I think just the world is now with social media. It's like, what do you think? Like you watch something for like 10 seconds, and you know what I mean. But if it's something that you like, I mean, you gotta finish it. But yeah, I think it's silly to not like to not be posting, to not be like, doing videos and stuff. It's just like it takes a lot of confidence, like a different type of confidence.
Yeah, we briefly talked about it on the phone. You were talking about something along those lines about you're the artist, so you're not
Yeah.
necessarily thinking about those things, let alone.
Exactly. Yeah. So
This,
like,
this makes
That's
sense
why,
though.
that's why I
when-
be doing dumb shit. You know, I be doing.
Oh, okay.
That's why I be
and
doing.
see, and that's
you're more-
just as
oh,
that works just as well as like trying to be like a
Like,
serious person.
if you ever,
It's my song, like y'all should listen. You know what I mean? Like that works better. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like just giving people like what they want to see.
like, I gained the most followers from making a joke. You know, not because I made music. And then they came to my page and were like, "Oh, this dude dresses dope." That's like his own shit going on. You know, you make somebody laugh, bro, and you underestimate the power of that.
I mean, I would say that's like super important. I don't think that's the easiest thing for me personally, like to be able to like consistently post and like put out videos. I think, like I said, that takes a different type of confidence. Like I feel like sometimes I'll like watch my post or my video, but at the same time,
That's why you
that
don't
comes
watch
with
it
that.
again.
That also comes with
you
like.
You just said it, bro.
I think it's also because I like really care about my image, and like so I don't really want like if I don't need it, then I don't need it, and I'm not gonna do it. But like if it's something that I think like adds to my catalog and adds to my image and adds to my picture, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way I'm patient with music, the same way I'm patient with all this stuff. I'm patient with that. Like I know that I'm gonna walk outside and at the right time I'm gonna take the right picture. Or I know that I'm gonna, you know, or Drax gonna be with me this specific night, and it's gonna be the perfect time to take this video, and I'm gonna take that video. And it's gonna be my reel. And like, yeah, occasionally I will. Like, you obviously have to put yourself in the position to receive that. Like, I'll go out of my way to make stuff sometimes. And if I like it, I'll make it. If not, then I just not post something I'm supposed to post. But like I said, I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush.
I mean, every time I hear your age, I keep forgetting. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm happy for you, man.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you coming and having this conversation and inviting Drac too, man. Introducing us to him and what he's making and creating. Make sure y'all tap in for sure. Thanks for catching us up, man. I think there's still so much more. These things could go forever. It's already been an hour and a half. Damn. It goes by fast, right? Eventually, when I get my own spot and I got to pay hourly, then we can go for 3 hours or something. So,
yeah, I was telling Drac before this too. I was like, bro, I would pay for another hour, but I know you book like that. You book hourly. So.
Yeah. I mean, we can keep going till 9, because EJ's coming, so they're just gonna be for 30 minutes. I'm not sure, but what else? When we saw your visual on me, I thought it was the beginning of like, oh, Kaz about to roll out a whole bunch of visuals. Did you know that was gonna be like one time, like for a little bit, or was the plan to continue to roll out some visuals? Or was that just like something you were feeling at the time and put together?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, that's one of those things that just lined up. And I know that's like a lame answer.
No, it makes sense because you're going with the flow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so like, I mean, to me, that was just like perfect opportunity, and I took advantage of it.
Got it.
Like, there were people.
It was a good one, man.
Right. Yeah.
It was like one of the first. I'm not to say it like this because there's been a few, but it was like one of the first ones where it was like a visual.
Yeah.
You know, you incorporated a story, incorporated other like NASA on the phone in the beginning, other things like that.
Just wait, bro, until we see Point Break.
Oh yeah, and that's what I was gonna say too. Is like, I would rather wait and be patient for something great than just do something that's like,
here's a visual.
That's just
because
cool.
they need it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like
for,
you know
that's
what I
for
mean,
like reels, bro. That kind of energy is for like reels and shit.
Yeah,
you know, like,
and you can say
Oh,
that
I
I'm
see.
not. You know, like I could understand how someone would think that I'm like not as motivated or like I don't want it as bad as somebody else. But honestly, bro, like I just don't care that much. Like I do care about music, but it's because I love music, and like I just would rather wait.
There's a few of y'all.
Something great.
Sure, exactly. That I look out like that from this standpoint. So like Migs is one of them, and I had this long conversation with him.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm just trying to understand y'all for whatever reason. I don't know why I feel like it, but also was just to keep people in the loop about there's more than one way to approach this because I see a lot of fear-based motion versus just genuine motion. So sometimes it's drawing out those people who are already like that and having those conversations for somebody else to get a glimpse of. Maybe they end up, But I always thought there was a time limit to creating music. I don't know why. But there's like a few people like you who are just, there's no rush. And I get the whole making sure it's right. Like,
I mean, the thing is there is though. It's just in the sense.
Yeah, I mean there is. Like I'm not gonna act like I'm not. I don't think about longevity. So, I try to have peace of mind. I stress about a lot of things, and so like the thing that I love the most in music, like I'm stressed. I don't love it. If that makes sense.
I'm gonna do both.
And like obviously as a human you're gonna stress about it. Like I'll work on a song and I'm like, damn, like okay, I need to finish this tonight, and then I don't finish it, and then I'm like, damn, okay, I need to finish it tonight, and then I don't finish it. Like that's stressful.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I try to keep keep like a level head, right?
Do you look at your plays when you upload something?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think that my life revolves around that, but
Yeah.
I think that I've always just believed that you do it out of like with the right intention.
I don't think I give enough place to care. I mean,
Oh,
like,
that's a good point because usually it's like I don't give enough, so I care, but like it's not enough to care about.
yeah, I mean, when I start making like music that I know puts up numbers, then I'll start caring.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, oh shit, okay, so that song wasn't as banging as it should be, you know. But I mean, still, I don't even think it doesn't really like actually matter. Because I mean, shit, bro, my favorite song has 300 plays on it, and all my other songs have more. So
Were you did you have no attention before?
I actually completely
You know what I'm
changed. I completely changed personas.
Okay.
My old account has songs with 80,000, 30,000, like actually long plays.
Okay.
You know, like I used to put up some numbers back when SoundCloud was popping.
Got it.
And it was just like a mess, bro. Like the whole page was a mess. You know, the cover art didn't match. It was different genres of shit, and I was like, nah. So I changed over to Yvng Drac, and just happened to meet Cass in the beginning of it.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about more than being an artist, like a record label or anything like that?
Sign me up, Cass.
No, for
Sign me up, bro.
No, honestly, I just like at the end of the day, I make music, like I said, because I love it, and so I would honestly be cool with. I think when you're cool with making music, just to just have fun, just love it. I think that's when you kind of like start to receive your art. And so that's like the exact point I'm in. I just want to do it because I love it. And of course, I love to take care of my family. I love to take care of the people that I love.
You love it to
Trying
be
to
the
buy
thing.
mom a Bentley.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Because you mean you have a life outside of music,
exactly.
Right.
So that's why, like, I have the store. That's why I have like my own business.
but you were doing the vintage
Is-
stuff before the store, right? So you were already.
Yeah. So, but then like that was obviously my intention long term because I know that realistically, I'm not gonna be like fucking Drake right now. I know for a fact. You know what I mean? Like tomorrow, I'm not gonna wake up and be Drake. Like that is so many years of progress. And so, like, what can I do now to take care of the other, like, the money side of things?
Yeah.
And so that's where the store comes into play. And luckily, I just do it with people that I love. Like, I love EJ. Like, he's a great guy, man. Like, he motivates me every single day, and I hope that I do the same thing. But that's exactly why is because I don't expect music tomorrow to be $1 million. You know, like I don't expect that to be.
I mean, at 22, what could you have been doing anyway? Like, there's so many. It just feels like a godsend. This.
Exactly.
I'm talking for you, sorry, man, but
I don't know, but that's exactly
in
what I
line
feel.
with what you're trying to create for yourself, it almost feels like the lottery. Like I get to do this, and this pays enough that I can make a living, and I can do music. Like holy shit!
And that's why that is exactly why I try not to regret it so much because I am constantly showing, and I'm blessed to say that. I'm so blessed to say that I'm constantly showing the steps. Like I can just I see like a, and like I don't have to try too hard to see it. Like I'm just walking, and it's just happening. But I'm also trying really hard for it. It's like I work really hard at everything that I do. Like I by no means do I just like float by. Like I stress myself out a lot, and I get it from my mom. She stresses a lot. She works really hard too, and both my parents do. Honestly, like they had been with the same company for 20 to 30 years apiece, and like worked their way up.
Damn.
And so I'm the same way. Like when I was 16, like that's what I did is I worked all the way up. Like I went so close, I back up. And I just think that it's the same way. Like life is that way. Like, you just kind of have to start somewhere and just work your way up. And you just have to like try and just work hard. You kind of get what you want. Like
Somebody has to notice you.
Go get
In
it,
a
bro.
sense.
yeah, but I mean, I think that you should like I work so hard to give. That way, somebody has no reason not to notice me. If that makes sense. Like,
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
like that's why I work hard.
You're gonna notice me.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I do it because like that's what I want. Right? you're gonna see me.
For sure.
I'm gonna work out.
It goes back to
It's inherited, like for sure.
yes, it sounds like I know in one of the last episode we were talking about the Bible a little bit too, but the Bible talks about doing work for Him versus for man type stuff. So it's like when I show up, I'm showing up for something greater than man, even though I can't see it or don't understand it. If I keep doing that, maybe the things will fall into place. That's how I feel like about this place. Like as an artist, on this side of it, the chance moment of this being here and the other things that went into play, even Thule, I was like wanting to show up differently, and total transparency. I don't know shit about cameras or photography or, all those things that come with it. So, and I was praying too, like, well, God, I want to show up the right way. Like, which is even within the loop. It's like, I didn't, it was like a year and a half before it kicked off again. Whether it was intentional or whatever, but most of the time it was because there wasn't another place that could live up to the other place we were using the effect of it. Because I was having a conversation with the owner. Part of the conversation was part of what I want to do within the loop is bringing people into a new environment so that they could grow their mental, emotional, and spiritual bandwidth. So when you walk into something that you've never experienced or have a conversation you've never experienced, you're going to think differently. You're going to show up differently. So even Thule being here and being able to capture, the moments is a whole nother level too, which is everything falling into place. So it's like when it does happen, like filling up 24 episodes in a day, just everything falling into place. So as an artist, I'm resonating with you, man, about the importance of looking right, taking your time. If this is a good idea, it's going to be a good idea 5 years from now.
Yeah.
For like in the loop, the idea was 2014. We're almost 10 years to see it manifest. I don't know what it'll be 10 years from now, but I hope it continues, man, because for the West Texas, at least in general, I do absolutely believe we have talent out here that can match whatever else we're putting up on the screens and on the radio, wherever it comes from, the East Coast or the West Coast or Canada, So
I mean, at least Cass.
I absolutely believe that I am recording history, which is why I cannot but do this.
Yeah.
Because I just feel in my gut that I'm going to be right.
Hell yeah.
At the end of the day, man, that's what matters.
And then I do know that for an artist, it's also important. There's the yin and the yang, right? So there's all these aspects of what it takes to be curated and created. And I think what you're talking about, like what blogs are becoming or what even reaction videos, all these different aspects of the space are important to be able to put the highlight on the artist as necessary, if that makes sense. So having something like this and just having conversations with you guys now, I think is just an added value to who you are as an artist.
Yeah.
Whether it's somebody.
Yeah, plus, I mean, we could have different thoughts on shit. Later.
Do what?
We could have different thoughts on shit later.
Oh yeah.
You can look back and be like, oh, this person grew from this. I went from this to that.
Well, yeah, even the conversation side, like this is showing up different than just going in the booth or being in the studio with your, the people that you hang out with.
Yeah.
Having a conversation and drawing certain things out or going down a certain route or being live for one thing is entirely different. But
yeah, bro, you're trying to catch us slipping.
I'm trying
you're
to
like, hey, bro, have a drink. We're live. Yeah. say something foul, bro.
Yeah. No, that's why in the email, you didn't get the email. No, it's like, I say take a breath, things like that. Because this is, how are you going to show up this side of it, right? So when an artist goes and does an interview on whichever platform you're watching, sometimes there's funny moments, sometimes there's other moments, but I just want to have a genuine conversation about what you're up to, why I believe in you, why I'm highlighting you, what value I think you bring to the space, which, for you guys and the few people around you, man, it's like, we're just now getting to the point where we're going to have eyes on us. I absolutely believe over the next 5 to 7 years, I think some things are going to happen for the 4-3-2 that has probably never happened before. And it's just interesting to watch. And I picked up on it, a few years ago, and then now here we are, season 3. So I really appreciate anybody who comes and has a conversation like this with me and just sits with themselves, man. And
Yeah, I appreciate you having us.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think people are sleeping if they don't appreciate it.
Yeah, like I know what you're doing, bro.
I think you're welcome, man. Yeah. I feel honored.
I think that's a good answer.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly.
That felt like a thank you almost.
Yeah.
No, it feels really good to create it together, man. I'm always about community. So even like with this place, even with the last place, it was like, why don't you just do it yourself? It's like, dude, I like to bring people together. And again, bringing it into a new space and just throwing ideas. Like when I walk you around and say, hey, maybe you could do this, maybe you could do that. It's not that I'm expecting a response or your commitment at the time, but I am kind of expecting that you go into a new thought process for yourself and for what you're trying to create. Like, oh, I never thought about having a visual release party. Never thought about having an album release party, in this way, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Especially with the headphones that we can have now and they'll play it up there and we can hear it, So just things like that, man. Just the ability to bring people together. Like EJ's gonna be here in a second, and then you see your friend, and we're all, we just.
I like you,
It just
EJ's
continues.
dope,
I'm about to find out, man. I know nothing about him. I
I'm
don't know
excited
where he's
for that,
from.
bro. That's
Yeah, he's
exciting.
a cool dude.
I don't know. We can wrap it up. I don't know where he's from, how he got here. What
I would like to plug something.
plug it up, man.
I'm going to plug it. Obviously our Instagrams. Hey Cass, this is you. That's Cass over there. Mine is Yvng Drac, and then you should follow my homeboy Tex at No Limit Tex.
Oh, I see
On
it.
Instagram.
Okay. Is it just like that? No Limit
That's-
TEX?
Yep.
TEX.
And
Okay.
we're the 3, bro. You're gonna see us up there, bro.
I see you there, man. So, any last words? What do you want to tell the people? What do you want to leave them with? What do you have coming up they should pay attention to?
The concert.
Oh yeah, what is this concert?
Yeah.
April 21st.
April 21st, bro. Wi-Fi funeral, D Savage, and me.
In the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Halton Theater.
I'll make sure to send me
Of
any
course.
flyer or something
Of
so I
course,
can
bro.
help promote it.
Yeah, Wi-Fi put it on his story the other day.
Okay.
And he's been posting about it everywhere. So, he's kind of a legend. He used to run with extra shit back in the day in 2017. So I'm pretty excited. It's an honor to go perform with those guys.
Let's go, man.
Cass is gonna be there in the pit. Yes, sir.
You guys,
You trying to catch it, bro? My music's been to mosh, bro. If you
It
pulled
feels
up-
like it, man.
If you pulled up to my show, and
Somebody's
you're not
getting
moshing, bro, you
Somebody's
suck,
getting
bro.
You suck.
You suck, bro. It's like honestly, bro, all those people who are like, oh, you gotta make sure everybody's safe, bro.
It ain't.
When I went to the X concert, there wasn't none of that. You go ham. I think you go like, what kind of music you're getting into. Go give your all, bro. Go have a time that you'll never forget.
Let's go, man.
That's kind of what I'm trying to create with my music.
Great, man. What about you, Kaz? Any last words? Where can the people keep up with you, man?
Yeah, I would just say whatever new music I have coming out at HeyCastSU and IG. See me,
Catch him at the store, bro.
see me with my people.
Yeah,
The store.
if you want to catch Kaz live, he's at the shoe store 432 in the mall towards the west end.
By
Yeah,
JC
it's,
Penney,
it's across from Dick's Sporting Goods.
There you go,
Yeah.
across from Dick's Sporting Goods. Go say hello. Go see what you guys going on with the
You see
clothing.
him and EJ.
Yeah,
EJ. We're about
which
to know
up
who
to
EJ
this
is.
point, I definitely keep myself and the store separate.
Okay.
Like a lot of people actually don't know it until they walk in.
Oh dang.
No, but hey,
Okay.
it's okay. It's
My
okay
fault.
because
I got you.
these people will know.
Okay. If you know, you
And I
know.
don't mind that. Yeah, if you know, you know type
got it.
thing.
That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard when you're famous, guys.
It's gonna be hard to work that place. where you're
Actually, it might not be. You might sell everything.
Exactly. Well, eventually, I mean, the goal is to have like extremely passive income, and so like I have people there working for me, facility employees to multiple stores
Yeah, you're just leading.
that are all owned by us. You know what I mean? But right now, I'm starting that foundation of like getting it there.
Dude, again, thank you for bringing that to the 432 so that we can experience, that for ourselves.
dude,
Truly,
we can-
man, truly.
Thank you, Jay. And,
Keep it alive, definitely. If you joined us for the first time, thanks for watching. Thanks for learning about the artists in this way. Make sure you go to their Instagrams and other handles to follow them and see what they got going on and the newest music that they have. If you've been watching us, man, we really appreciate the support. This is season 3. We got, 20 more episodes to go. So we appreciate you joining us every Thursday. If you're taking a liking to it, make sure to subscribe, like, and engage in the comments. Tell your family and friends. This was season 3, episode 7, which is already going by so fast again. It feels like I know you're all about that, man.
Bro, what, bro?
We appreciate you.
episode number
This is the end of episode 7.
Sick.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we can just bro, we could have. I didn't even touch my notes.